Thank you. So, hi, I'm Stuart, and everything I know about coding I've learned at this conference. And it's been brilliant to get a little peek under the hood of how things work, and it's also been really great to meet you all. So, I'm a filmmaker. I work with people like the NHS, which is the National Health Service here in the UK. I do work with Oxford University. I work with artists and musicians making pop videos. I make documentaries, all sorts of things. Work with web developers as well. So we've all grown up with moving images. They surround us, so much so that we kind of take them for granted. But every so often, a moving image comes along that catches us off guard. It has something that reaches in and connects deeply with us. But once upon a time, there were no moving images. So back in the 17th century, the first moving images appeared through magic lanterns. Magic lanterns were crude projectors, by today's standards, that shone light through glass slides to create the illusion of movement. In 1650, this was the height of technology. It's still pretty cool, I think. So from the magic lantern to the 1800s, people were experimenting with ways to capture and record a moment in time. At the end of the century, a fella called Edward Muybridge set up a line of 12 cameras, each of them triggered by a tripwire as a horse ran past. He placed all these images in sequence inside a carousel with slits cut in the side, and as the carousel rotated, you could look through the slits and see the horse running, the first captured moving image. So this principle led to the invention of the film camera and projector. And when the Lumiere brothers showed their recording of a train in motion coming towards the camera, when people seen it, they ran screaming from the theatre, thinking that the train was going to burst through the screen. So people had never, but exactly, that's the sort of. So right from the start, the moving image had the power to astonish and trick the senses. Cinema quickly became the ultimate storytelling medium, and soon moving images were broadcast into people's homes. Black and white TVs started appearing in people's living rooms. And this was one of the first broadcasts on the BBC. Then, in the 1960s, television burst into colour and into the 3x2 format. And it happened live on the screens.
Are you all set, Bob? Take it away in full spectrum color.
Well, Doug, first I'd like to say this, that I feel doubly honored to have been chosen to be the first one involved in our big change, because there are so many much more colorful characters around here than this reporter.
Cinema responded by filming with anamorphic lenses that squeezed the recorded image. The de-squeezed image then gave us far more screen to watch. And then the Super 8mm camera came along, and everyday people could start capturing their own moving images. So my school friend's dad had one of these, and he let us use it. So at the time, Rocky, the film, had just come out. Don't know if anybody remembers Rocky, a boxing film. So we had just seen it, and he had a punch ball in his room, which is a ball on a post with a spring at the bottom that he used for boxing practice. So we decided to make a boxing film. We'd no concept of editing. We thought films were shot in sequence. But the story format was already burned into our heads from years of watching TV and film. We planned and rehearsed our film meticulously. A static shot of boxing gloves, us doing some press-ups, bandages getting tied around our hands, and their gloves being laced up, and then the punch ball swinging back and forth, and then we made a little sticker that said the end, and then we zoomed in on it. And I'd love to show you that, but I've never seen it. I don't think anyone ever has, because the film probably didn't get developed. Anyway, I can clearly remember it, and in my head it's still a match to Raging Bull. So the 1970s felt like a golden age. Our 3 channels on TV, curated content straight into our living rooms, films, news, documentaries, and light entertainment.
Thank you very much indeed. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen and children. Welcome to another edition and a new edition of The Generation Game. Nice to see you again, to see you again.
Shows like The Generation Game were unmissable because there was nothing else on. But TV didn't just entertain, it shaped culture, and people like Tony Wilson introduced alternative culture into our homes that would go on to shape our lives. Bands like Manchester's own Joy Division integrated moving images into their performances, creating visuals with the Quantel paintbox.
To the center of the city where our roads meet, waiting for you. To the depths of the ocean where our hope sank, searching for you.
Then came a milestone, the launch of a 4th TV UK channel, creatively titled Channel 4.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be able to say to you, welcome to Channel 4.
Channel 4's remit was to extend choice for viewers by providing programming that appealed to tastes and interests not generally covered, and to encourage innovation and experimentation in programme form and content. As we watched it happening live in front of us, I remember my mum told me we were watching history being made. But most of this cultural awakening was lost on me at the time, because I was only 11. But its influence has stayed with me. My black and white portable TV in my bedroom was what changed everything. I would watch late at night with the volume barely audible so my parents couldn't hear. I would discover things like this. Eraserhead by David Lynch. It was weird, enigmatic, terrifying, and completely captivating. I didn't really understand it at the time, and I still don't really understand it, but it blew my mind. Later, I inherited a colour TV, just in time to see incredible colours and framing in films like this.
I knew these people. They were in love with each other.
Travis, hey, have you seen Jane or talked to her? We thought you were dead, boy.
He was kind of raggedy and wild, and she was very beautiful. And he loved her more than he ever felt possible. How long have I been gone, do you know?
4 years.
Is 4 years a long time?
It is for a little boy.
It just seems like everything has changed between us so fast, ever since Travis came.
You tell me what happened, Travis. Tell me what happened with you and Jane.
I gotta go away now,
Why?
because I'm gonna find her.
No, come on, let's go.
I was hoping for all kinds of things, but the biggest thing I hoped for can't come true.
Is there something, I don't know, is there something I can do for you?
It was beautiful, poetic, surreal, and unsettling, and I fell in love with Natasha Kinski. More mind-blowing stuff. Again, showing the power of the moving image. The next milestone was the video cassette recorder, the VCR. In both Betamax and VHS formats. For the first time, we could record TV and curate our own collections, all done for the comfort of our sofas via an incredibly long remote control that was tethered to the machine. We would record our favourite bands on music shows and record our favourite films and watch them over and over again. Although once I accidentally recorded a band called The Cramps over my mum's favourite Everly Brothers reunion concert. She was not happy. But the VCR gave us agency, just as cassette tapes had transformed the way that we consume musical content. VHS transformed moving images. Then by 2005, things really changed. Digital cameras had become more affordable and editing software moved into our homes. Then YouTube came along and gave us the ability to self-publish. Suddenly, everyone's carrying a camera in their pocket with built-in editing software and the ability to publish instantly from anywhere in the world to easily accessible platforms. YouTube has 2.7 billion monthly users who upload over 500 hours of content every single minute. Young people now watch more YouTube than traditional TV channels. The moving image has been democratized. So the good thing is that anyone can film, edit, and broadcast instantly. But the bad thing is anyone can film, edit, and broadcast instantly. So, what has the moving image got in store for us next?
What do you think about the idea that we're just a bunch of prompts?
If I'm generated from a prompt, how come I don't have 6 fingers?
Some people say we're just AI created via some simple prompts. Thoughts?
If I'm just a prompt, mine clearly said, add anxiety and a caffeine addiction.
Are we all just computer-generated NPCs created by our prompt engineering overlords?
No. If that's the case, they definitely skimped on the tokens for me.
Yeah. Are we real or AI?
I mean, I really can't tell the difference, can you?
Yeah, if you can't tell either, then we're so cooked.